I have some serious gripes with movie trailers. Sure, nobody enjoys sitting in the theater for an extra 30 minutes before the movie starts just to see the movie that you're already paid for, but more than that, I hate when a trailer spoils the entire plot of a film. This was my issue with the trailer for that movie, The Invisible Man, that came out a few years ago. I've heard good things about the movie, to be fair, but the trailer just drove me nuts because the trailer starts off by showing us this woman who was in an abusive relationship and her boyfriend died. But she doesn't think that he's actually dead. She thinks that he has found a way to make himself invisible and torment her. And everyone else thinks, you're nuts. So the trailer poses a question to the audience. Who's right? And then proceeds to answer the question in the trailer. They show the device that her boyfriend uses to make himself invisible. Now there is no more question, no more mystery, no more intrigue, no more reason for me to want to go see that film. And this happens all the time. Again, to be fair, I have heard good things about the movie, okay? What I don't understand, though, is how something like this could have happened in the first place. There's also a really recent trend. There are these 6-second blips that summarize the trailer that you're about to see, and they put it right before the trailer actually starts. And usually what happens is in that little blip, it says something along the lines of like, the trailer starts now, and then the trailer starts. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here are a few examples.
I don't consider myself a particularly ethical person, but I'm fair.
Now, if you've been following recent movies and trailers that have been coming out, I'm sure that you've seen some of these already, and maybe now you're noticing like, oh yeah, they do that. That is kind of strange. Why do they have this random 6-second summary of the trailer before this? I don't know why, but it bugs the crap out of me. But the most frustrating thing about all of this is the music of movie trailers. There are these consistent tropes or clichés that movie trailers tend to take part in. So frequently, it's driving me nuts. And even though this shows up in so many movie trailers, there was just one trailer recently that just set me off and made me want to make this whole video because I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing, and I couldn't stop laughing. And that movie is Downton Abbey, A New Era. Now, again, this is not meant to be a criticism of the original show or even this new movie coming out. It could be great. I don't know. I haven't even seen the show. I'd like to see it. I've heard great things about it. I'm talking about this trailer. And to explain why it bugs me so much, I'm going to take the time to walk you through just a few of these tropes that I keep seeing in all of these trailers so that hopefully you can understand why this is so ridiculous. All right, here we go. The first cliche that I want to roast, way too many trailers start musically with the exact same thing. There's always something, usually a piano that's like super reverby and spacey, or maybe some sort of a synthesizer that's very sparse and oftentimes just sounds like this. Right? So it'll be like, it's been 84 years, right? And then the strings come in and it starts going to town, and then all the drums go dun, 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 dun. But anyway, we're getting there. Now, not all trailers do this, of course not. Some opt to go with like an Inception style wah, like this trailer for Paw Patrol, the movie.
When all hope seems lost.
That's right, folks. Paw Patrol, the movie. Wah! You gotta be kidding me, man. Way too often do trailers start with, don't believe me? Just watch. Mark Ronson.
What's your name?
Every time you
Remember that. Gucci.
Then there's massive drums and percussion that just keep going throughout the whole trailer. The percussion with the combination of just huge orchestration makes everything seem bigger than it is. But the problem is, when everything is huge, nothing is. But I'll throw them a couple creativity points here, because a little more recently there's been a bit of an innovation with the percussion, where they will synchronize actions on screen with percussion elements. Most commonly this is in combat scenes, or they'll synchronize gunshots to the percussion.
Whatever it takes.
Is most wanted.
Always see at their door.
And the first time I saw it, that was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then the 50th time I saw it, I was like, oh. For example, if you've seen trailers for this movie, The 355, in this shot, this lady here has what looks like an MP5. You can see and hear the other women releasing their slide on their weapons. But this lady, oh no, you can't see her do it. You can only hear the sound. In fact, it's not just that you don't see her do it because it's off screen, it's that you can clearly see that she doesn't actually do it. But they still add the sound in because they just needed a hit point for the music. Why? Why are they Mickey Mousing the shit out of everything? But hey, Noah, you say, calm down. It's not that big of a deal, right? They're just synchronizing some stuff. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool, right? They're being creative. Okay, sure. Explain this.
German, Colombian, Chinese.
Did you catch that? Listen to the train sound one more time.
Colombian, Chinese.
Musicians in the house will realize that's a triplet. The train sound, the train chugga chugga chugga, is a triplet in the music. Why? What is the significance of this train? What possible benefit does this have to convey the message of the story that's being presented? Still not enough for you? Okay. I can top that. Check out this bit from the trailer for Nobody.
To pick my place, you know?
Okay, we got some punches in time. You go, Rocky, you know what I'm saying, Cool, we've seen that before. We've seen combat synchronized. Great.
Why didn't you take him out?
You've got to be kidding me.
Why didn't you take him out?
I was just...
Come on! So they just synchronized sipping coffee to the music. They just synchronized a drink shaker to music. But it doesn't end there, no. Because you know what they do? They reuse the sounds later on in the score. Right here.
Yeah, how's that working out?
Here it is again in case you missed it.
Yeah, how's that working out?
Now, I can kind of give this the benefit of the doubt and some creativity points because the whole point of this part of the trailer is to show that this dude is a nobody, right? He's like living this mundane, repetitive life, and so it's like this cycle, and I can kind of get that musically, okay? That's cool. But this whole trope is just so overused that it still just comes across as silly to me. Then there's the build-up. Oh boy, and you all know what I'm talking about now, okay? Towards the end of a trailer, the music is swelling, it's like and then it cuts. Then a character delivers some sort of a short, punchy line, and then title of the movie. For example.
Just let it in.
Why am I making this? You hear that? It's the sound of Berkeley students practicing. Just pretend that I'm in like a nice studio space and that's not there, okay? Cool. All right, we've seen the tropes, we've seen the cliches, we know what the formula is for movie trailers. And lo, on the horizon, what is to be projected onto that silver screen? Downton Abbey, a new era. All right, and I'm gonna do this live, okay? Because I've seen this trailer enough because I wrote this whole thing, like this whole script for this video, and I'm gonna watch it live and just pick it apart to make sure I don't miss anything. Jesus Christ. Okay, so, at least it didn't start with, and that's it. At least it plays the theme. Right? But you'll also notice that the reason that they're playing the theme slowly and not just is because This little bit is that 6-second blip I mentioned earlier, before the trailer happens. So you can see here. Right? Watch the teaser trailer now. It literally says that. Oh my God, this is a teaser trailer. This isn't even the trailer. Okay, you know what? I'll give it to him. It wasn't just an octave. No, it's a perfect fourth. Very nice, very original.
Years ago, before you were born, I met a man, and now I've come into the possession of a villa in the south of France.
What?
I can't get over the fact that they added a bunch of massive drum hits because Maggie Smith is talking about acquiring a villa in the south of France. Okay, let's keep going. That's the most grievous sin of all right there. Did you catch what happened there? Okay, pay attention to just the beat of the music and what action on screen corresponds with a downbeat. Her foot! She just stepped out of the car and they felt the need to whack a big bass drum, just boom, because she stepped out of the car. Rather gracefully, I must say. You know, that was actually kind of a cool moment. They had the little flute thing, right, when they threw the flowers. Very idiomatic of just the representation of the flowers cascading. Who shut the door? I hope that's going to show up in my audio. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Does nobody have any respect for great filmmaking?
They better be warned. The British are coming.
Title. There's the buildup I was talking about, right? They better be warned.
The British are coming.
Title of the movie.
And with that, I will say good night and leave you.
Ooh.
Mister,
You hear that? Little
no to discuss my night and leave
that chord right there?
night and leave you.
Got a little C augmented going on there. A little James Bond action up in here. See, like that little bit at the end there? That's what I would have expected from the music. Because that's Downton Abbey music. That's way more that speed. It's not over the top and ridiculous. It's just true to what the story is. Why didn't they just do that? Okay, so I just ranted about movie trailers for a while now. And what does any of this matter, right? Why does it matter that these are a bunch of flashy, over-the-top, ridiculous advertisements? Because, after all, they are movie trailers. Consider this. We now have advertisements for advertisements, okay? Teaser trailers. Think about what that means. It's a trailer for a trailer. And oftentimes there are multiple teaser trailers that come out before an actual full trailer is released, which, as we've established, will oftentimes spoil the entire movie anyway. It's all superfluous. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with stimulation and an excessive amount of content vying for our attention, which, not to mention our attention spans are getting eerily short, it's all poison. And I'm sick of it. We could take this further, though. If anyone is following the Book of Boba Fett right now, it seems to me that the general consensus is an overall sense of mediocrity. Right? There are some episodes that are decent, and there are some that are abysmal. I'm looking at you, Power Ranger mopeds. But then here comes one episode. One episode that's actually pretty good. And Boba Fett isn't in it. It's just Mando from Mandalorian. The whole episode is essentially Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1. So why was this part of Mando's story told within the confines of the Book of Boba Fett? We know that Boba Fett was first reintroduced in the Mandalorian show. And he wasn't just some random cameo. He actually had a prominent role. And now in this episode of Boba Fett, Mandalorian shows up and not Boba Fett. He doesn't appear once in his own show. But just as The Mandalorian was used as a device to announce Boba Fett's show is now used as a device to create hype for Mando's return. To me, this just shows what these big film companies have been playing at for a while now. I'd say especially post-Avengers Endgame. They are ignoring overarching storylines and loosely planning things based on this watered-down, cookie-cutter hero's journey, as well as this weird trend of trying to connect multiple TV shows and movies together. And thus, our media becomes an advertisement for itself. You haven't seen WandaVision? Well, you're not going to understand the references that occur in Doctor Strange now. You didn't think that the sequel trilogy was that great? Well, that's because you haven't read the books and you don't understand all the logic behind it. I'm not even against the pure concept of referencing things from other shows or trying to tie them in some way. I thought the newest Spider-Man was one of the best instances of fan service we've ever seen. It was done so well and it was entertaining. Rogue One's entire plot was based around a reference from A New Hope. It was creative, it was emotional, it was meaningful. What I'm arguing against is media that primarily serves as an advertisement for itself. We now have trailers for trailers, mini trailers, trailers that spoil the whole movie, multiple trailers that are released before the film comes out, and now movies that are essentially just glorified trailers for the next thing. It's an endless loop of watch this to understand this. And as they focus more and more on trying to make these superficial connections between storylines, they forget to add the one thing that really matters in their stories. Heart. Thank you for watching, and hey, just for sticking around for this long, I'm going to give you the teaser for my teaser of the teaser trailer of the trailer that's coming out for my next video at some point. The main character dies at the end.